All right. Love, love, love. But I'm using my phone for this. I wanted to pull some stuff up, but I have my laptop, so that's what the laptop is for. All right, so let's get this started. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Technically, I'm not supposed to play this.
Y'all got to see it. It's really good. You know who's got the hardest job?
If I could do it without the audio.
Well, you have to listen to it and see what you select.
Because copyright, baby, copyright.
But it's all over social media.
Oh yeah, you still get copyrighted. I mean, you could still play it. You just don't get. You can't monetize it. But that's all right. See
so
this
are we gonna be sued for this?
No, I already got it up. I told you. It's just that when it's someone else's, when they copyright and own it, they get paid for the monetization. So that's why they allow others to play it and run it. All right, man. Let's try to get this started. All right, you got your mic that's connected to. Gonna bring both mics together almost like that. All right, so this is what it is. Oh man, I gotta get over this cold. All right, guys. So here we are, back again, Marriage Monday with the Mary and Ghana Show. For your host, I'm Steven, and this is
I'm Susie.
Even though they can barely see you from over there.
They can see me.
All right, so today, you know what we're getting into, man. Y'all already know what it is. The Will Smith episode. How do the Fresh Bel Air show go? Got in a fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air."
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, so they should change it up to got in a fight. My mom got scared because I slapped Chris Rock over a joke about my wife's hair. She said, "You moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air." That's what it should be.
It should be another season for that.
Yeah. So man, we're gonna discuss this tonight, man. Because we gotta see y'all reactions. We're here on Instagram. We're here on the YouTube verse. And we're here on the so-called metaverse now. People don't even call it Facebook no more. They call it the metaverse. So we're on all three tonight. So this is how we're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be doing it good. No, I'll go doing it well.
You always make a song out of something.
Waiting to my next song. All right, man. So here it is. I want to play the audio to the one from 2016, but I'll get straight up blocked from that, and I learned that earlier. So what we're gonna do before we begin, we're gonna run it here on our YouTube and our Facebook, and y'all can catch the audio here on Instagram. So I'm pretty sure all y'all people already know about the slap that was heard around the world, and even third world countries heard the slap. But we're gonna get into a discussion on. See, the thing is, when it happened in live, in live motion, I was actually strolling back and forth, and she screaming at me to watch the TV. I turn my head, I see Will Smith walking off the stage, but I'm asking her what you do with the TV, because I'm like, there's no sound coming in. Now I'm yelling at her like, you want me to watch, but there's no goddamn sound. So what you do to the TV? I think she said on the remote or whatever. So after a minute, close to a minute, maybe 30 seconds, Then the audio came back on. So come to find out that the audio was blocked. Now I didn't watch what is it called, the Oscars. Didn't watch it at all. She wanted to watch it. I went into the bedroom. I was watching my ID network channels or crime investigation shows like I love to do. And I decided to pull it up on my phone also because Twitter already had it popping before even the Oscars was over with. Like damn, Twitter, man.
They saw that coming though, so
Yeah, don't if you gonna get clown, just don't allow it to make itself over to Twitter, man. They vicious over there.
they'll just murder you.
Yeah, so I watch it, and the whole night I'm telling her it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, because I'm looking at the one clip. So today comes along, and I'm telling her also that, look, man, it's fake. And one of the reasons that I say that, first and foremost, is because it's Hollywood. Because Hollywood does all these stunts. And at the same time, this guy just won best actor 20 minutes later. Best actor.
So you thought it was staged?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't I?
No.
Just about everything else is staged that Hollywood do.
You didn't watch the whole thing from the beginning. If you had,
I did now.
You would have seen the seriousness.
All right, so let's watch it right now. All right, since YouTube will let us get away with this particular clip, let's watch it.
Y'all got to see it. It's really good. You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay. So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for Best Documentary. Now, the beauty of documentaries, because they make you, when you watch one, you feel smart. Like you watched like you read a book or something. But all you really did was get high and watch Netflix. So here we go. The documentaries, the nominees are, let's just go to the nominees. Ascension.
So my man right there was already, you could tell he was frustrated by that moment. We're gonna go over it again one or two more times. But no, because I want to point out some things, man. I want to point some things out. And one of the things I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna say this as whether it's real or fake, I'm borderline. I'm 50-50 because I know the things that these people and these
Your people, you mean your people?
these people no have nothing to do with my people. I'm talking about Hollywood.
Oh, for fame?
Yes. First of all, you're dealing with the Oscars, whose numbers have been tanking for the longest because nobody wants to watch it because it's boring. And all of a sudden, when the numbers have been at their worst in the previous years ever, you get a stunt like this for. Because what people here, what they do when things are tanking, they do something extravagant or something unheard of and unlikely to ever happen in order to get the ratings back up. Now, if this episode with Will Smith and Chris Rock didn't happen, nobody will be talking about the Oscars at all today. Do you agree?
I don't know about that.
What would they be talking about?
I don't know. Well,
First of all, the average person don't even watch TV anymore. The majority of the people who are even talking about it today didn't watch it live.
Just busy making money.
Or watching movie apps, Netflix and Prime Video.
Yeah, right.
And look at what we watch. We don't watch regular TV.
Even on your phone now, you can watch
news
news and all that.
So also, so what I'm saying is, when he, all right, it started off like this. He cracked a joke. Will laugh. His wife, we're gonna get into all this stuff with him and his wife. So hold on for that. But his wife looks at him, give him that evil eye. So the camera goes away, and by the time you realize it, he's up on stage. He's walking up on stage. Now, Chris is with his hands behind his back, leaning forward. And my best estimation is that he was expecting Will to whisper something in his ear. Because a lot of people are saying that it's fake because he was leaning into and like he was expecting or waiting for. I don't think that's what it is. I think that he was expecting, if it's real, that he was expecting him to whisper something in his ear because, like, wow, my man up on the stage, like, you know, if it was real, he didn't expect any of this at all. So he's like, this man is not going to assail me on stage at the Oscars in front of millions of people. So evidently he must be coming to tell me something because he didn't like the joke or whatever. But I'm sure that Chris seen him laughing. So by the time he realized that he was up on stage, because remember, Chris had already started into continuing on with his monologue.
Right.
So he wasn't even paying that no mind until Will was already up on stage. So you hear the slap. Chris stands his ground. His feet doesn't move. And his face goes back. And if you watch the slow-mo that I put up, the slow motion, it's like when he got slapped, he's saying like, what the F? And then his arms go like this as if they was about to go up to fight.
What's the black man?
Yeah, well, that's just how the reflex. No, that's just how the reflex from any man. You got to deal with black. It's just any man. If you go up and slap any man who, you know, has respect for himself, his first reaction is going to be to defend himself. And it's like he caught himself knowing he's in, you know, knowing the moment, reading the room. And it's like he's like, oh wow, Will Smith smacked the ish out of me. But even after that, Will scream, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. So Chris goes, dude. He's like, wow, dude, really?
Are you serious?
Like you said, then Will screams it even louder. Keep my name. So he like, now he sees like this man is really serious. So he's like, okay, I will. So he moves it along and try to get through the rest of the monologue, as I was saying. But there's a lot of issues with this situation. And let's begin. See, I gotta steal somebody's joke though. I'm up here on the Twitterverse, and somebody's like, the next joke that should have came out of Chris's mouth was that, wow, if he's this angry in March, how angry will he be when August come around? Like from March, the month of March, so March, April, May, June, July, August.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so definitely. So but this is the issue that a lot of people are having. How do I bring this back up? All right. So this is the issue. All right. There's more going on than this. I can't play unless I pull it up on my phone. Can't do that. Can't do that either. But I wanted to play from 2016 Oscars when he was cracking jokes on Will and Jada. Jokes. He's a comedian. But at the same time, even if there's been beef between the two parties, whether he's right or wrong, I'm gonna say both parties was in the wrong. If it's about a man's wife who got a alopecia, which I suffer from. My hair has always been thick and curly, and I've got a alopecia, and I know what it's like. But I'm sure that it's much more worse for a woman to deal with it than a man. Because a man, we could pretty much just cut our hair down and still be good looking. And I'm and I know that the beauty of a woman, a lot of it resides in her hair. So I do understand that. And then some people were saying that Chris Rock also made the movie documentary Good Hair. Speaking, it was a whole documentary based on black women's hair
Mm.
and the history of it and how they feel about all types of stuff. I never actually
I
watched it.
know it's even becoming like a fashion. Women trimming their hair just to look. It's becoming a fashion now. So even if you have an illness related to that, people would even notice. And even she looks so beautiful in it. She looks so great in it.
Well, that's what some people say, but okay. Like I said, he pulled this stunt because this man made a joke about his wife calling her G.I. Jane. Don't think it was a joke that was so over the edge that, or so raunchy or so disrespectful that you
Mm,
gotta. Even
right.
I laughed, giggled a little bit when I rewatched it, and like I said, it wasn't like talking about your wife's private parts or anything like that. And people like, oh, it's a medical condition, medical condition. This lady has been wearing her hair short since I can ever remember. I don't even remember the last time I seen Jada Pinkett with long hair. You got to go all the way back to the days of Set It Off and Low Down Dirty Shame with Keenan and Ivory Wayne. But she's always rocked that hair with a short hairstyle anyway. But that's aside from the issue. The issue is even with the joke that he told, I don't think it calls for you to get up and
Yeah. Walk up
sell
to
a
the
man, a soda
stage
man
and like,
in that particular atmosphere. See, I think the best course of action would have been if he felt that way and his wife looked at him like, "Yeah, nigga, you better do something." Then it's like, all right, you go backstage with your wife and you tell this man, look, we don't appreciate the jokes because we've been through this before. I'm gonna need you to apologize to my wife
right.
right here now on the spot. Now that's backstage. He either apologized, which I'm sure because he's
You would have.
he's a pretty Chris Rock for all things said, he's a pretty classy guy.
Mm,
And so I'm sure he would have apologized. And you could have put it into it right there and said, you know what? Like I said, we've been through this. We accept your apology, but let's end this here. No more jokes about my wife.
mhm. I know.
End of story.
And
That's
you know
it.
what? If you watch the whole of the program last night, the Oscars, it was mainly about jokes. They were all joking. I don't know if you watched this part that I'm not good at names, like keeping names in mind. But one of the presenters had to stood up. The other guy's wife, she sat down while the guy's wife was standing, and I don't know his name, but he was part of this movie, Power of the Dog. Yeah, I think the Power of the Dog. And the guy was like, "Lady, that's my wife." But she made her stood while she was sitting in her chair. It was all fun. Like
Mm.
they were all making those kind of jokes. So I don't think Chris was making a big deal out of it. He doesn't go that extreme way for you to give him that kind of slap that attracted a whole lot of attention. And oh, he felt
Well,
so bad. You should have seen his face. His eyes were a little bit watery, and I felt so bad for him.
my man, you could tell he was in shell shock. And I try to put myself in that situation. I try to put myself in both situations. And like on the part of Will, I told you how I would have handled it. But on the part of Chris, man, I don't know. I hear people say, I would have did this, I would have did that. One thing I learned about life is you never know what you'll do until it's time for you to do it. And that's why I don't get into, oh, I would have. What I can say is what would have, I would have hoped the outcome would have been. But in my estimate, I think Chris handled it the best way
Yes,
possible.
very, very
Because
best
I mean,
way.
what you gonna do? Get strike them back, and you
No.
got two grown men tussling, rolling on the floor, fighting at the Oscars, and two black men at that.
Mhm.
And the whole point of Will Smith and Jada boycotting for the past few years was because they said it was not enough black people being nominated, so they was boycotting the Oscars all these years. So now the year that you do go, this happens. Can't take y'all niggas anywhere.
he
Like,
really
I'm
he
just
really
saying.
handled it well.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
really
yeah.
did. But also, as we keep saying that we don't think it's that much of a wrong thing that he said, which attracted that kind of slap. I think he should have also considered the situation in which the couples
But
are
that's
going to. You see?
you talking about Chris?
Yeah, I'm talking about Chris. He should have considered the
Yeah,
situation,
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah. I get that. I said
atmosphere,
he was in the
right?
wrong. I said he was in the wrong for the joke in the first place. I already said he was in the wrong because there's a history there with him cracking jokes and making fun of them. So there's a history there. So he was in the wrong. Like I said, both was in the wrong. Doesn't matter who was more wrong than the other. Both were in the wrong. At the end of the day, after both parties wronged each other, Chris handled it the best way he could, and then you get Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry, and even Puff Daddy, P Diddy, and I forget the other one, someone else, but they got involved, and it was said that even P Diddy told not P Diddy, it was I'm trying to think who was it. I can't think of the name. It'll come to me later. But while
Definitely, I
Denzel,
mean,
yeah, while Denzel and Tyler Perry and them was calming Will Smith down and keep him from having a complete mental breakdown. Someone else stepped in when everyone else was trying to get involved and said, "No, this is family business," and that's what they meant. They said it was family business, and we're going to handle it at P Diddy after party, and that's what it was because that's those those guys are like it's like a brotherhood because of their status and that they're all
right,
in the same industry.
right.
So that's just like the NFL, the NBA,
Yeah, your
or
family.
exactly. It's like no matter, just like NFL players. NFL players play for other teams, their rivalries, but all in all, when outsiders attack or whatever was going on between them, they tell you, no, this is a brotherhood. So they protect each other. Even when they go against each other to outsiders, they protect each other. It's a family. It's a family
Nobody
atmosphere.
should be
So yeah,
surprised when
so
tomorrow Will and Chris
be
are
hugging it.
drinking
Yeah.
together and all that.
So
But
yeah,
it's the
so
news.
it's a
What's the
family
news?
affair. It's just bad that it got put out in public view, but it happened. You can't turn back the hands of time. Now, what I want to get into is a lot of people got a problem with the fact that well, see, I think if this if this being real, I think it just got to a point that this man just been felt like he'd been pushed over a ledge. And like I said, at first he giggled at it, whether the laugh was real or not.
I know, right? So I don't even know why he has
Because
to.
he got the look from his wife because his wife is the husband. He's the wife.
Come on, don't
No, no.
say that.
Well, if you know their history, then you know so.
Okay.
So, um, well, it's said that she wears the pants in a relationship, and I like Will Smith. He's a Philly native like myself from here in Philadelphia.
Maybe people say that because he loves his family.
It's-
No matter what they're going through, he stood by them. He's still with his family.
See,
People were expecting divorce. Like by now, he should have divorced his wife by now.
yeah, but
But
the thing is, there's nothing to gloat over because the fact that he loves his wife and family, his wife shows constantly that she doesn't have the same respect for him whatsoever. I mean, take this. For these past years, what's been going on with these two? What's been going on with her and her red table talk show that she has going on, her thing that she calls her entanglement. Now get this. Understand, regardless of them having an open relationship, that's one thing. I don't understand it, but that's one thing. I can understand him. He's the breadwinner. He's one of the most famous actors in the world. Do what you do, travel, blah blah blah. But with her being out there as well, but then she goes and begins having an affair with her son's best friend. That's where the line should have been drawn right then and there. You had the guy who's a rapper who's named August. Um, she decided to, and even at the time that she was having, they said she was grooming him. He was underage at the time, even then, and she's in her 50s. So that in itself is disgusting and disgraceful. That alone should have made him walk away and cut his losses and move on. But it still wasn't enough. So, being that it wasn't enough, she constantly degraded this man public, in the public eye. with her talk shows, this, that, and the other. It was every time she spoke about this man, it was in such a disrespectful manner. Then she brought this man on her show to and we all know the outcome of that show where he had that look like he wanted to jump across the table and strangle her to death as she was talking about how she was having sex with the young boy and how her relationship was with him and how much she cared for him. And saying this to your husband's face after you have had an affair with your own son's best friend. Then, as if that wasn't enough, and this part goes back for the last couple of decades, at least the last 10 years, that we hear this each and every year from her, where people just tell her she needed to shut up. Tupac this, Tupac that. How long will this woman go on and tell the world how much she was in love with Tupac and how much she wanted to be with him instead? Yeah, and I said that, first of all, it's unfair because a man who's alive can't compete with a dead man because that dead man only left you the memories up to that particular time when y'all was all young. So it's to say that when a person died at a young age, all you have is those years, those youthful years that y'all had together. They were never together romantically because Tupac didn't like her like that. So they were close friends. They went to the same school, the School of Arts in Baltimore. And him dying at the age of 23 or 24, and she carried this all the way to now, so 20 plus, almost 30 years later, and she still can go on and on about how Pop was the love of her life. How do you think that makes your husband feel to continue to say that? That's disrespectful. And what it is that a lot of people see Will Smith as being weak because you allow your wife to do these things and you never check her. It's not a good look for any man.
How is he supposed to check her?
Excuse me?
Human beings are not some kind of something that you can just control. Like some people just want to do what they want to do, so he's just letting her be.
No, letting somebody be and letting somebody constantly disrespect you as your position as a husband.
He chose to.
He chose to allow the disrespect.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he has to understand why people continue to make jokes about him, look at him the way they do, and see him as a weak man. He's considered a soft and weak man. That's what the world considers him.
And even what happened yesterday at Oscars, it's even going to open more space.
But it makes him look just as weak because he didn't react that way until she sent him a signal to go and do something about it. It's just not a good look. And like I said, man, it's always going to be downhill because he didn't cut his losses with the incident when she was having a long-term affair with the son.
It's love.
No. But you're talking about love. You're talking about one way.
Some people
You're talking about love one way.
Because he chose it that way. He chose on working on it. So he's dealing with it. He's enjoying everything.
No, he's not dealing with it because, as you can see, he's not dealing with it at all. It's crushing him. So he's not dealing with it. It's destroying him. And this is the problem. There are some people that are so toxic that no matter how much you love them, you have to let them go. For your own peace, for your own sanity, you have to let them go. You as a woman should know that more than anybody.
I know.
That when someone is so toxic, so disrespectful, and do nothing but cause you harm and pain, you have to be able to cut your losses and move forward. You still love them, but you have to cut losses and move.
It's all about choices. And there is, the saying that when someone keep doing something to you and you enjoy it, they are going to keep doing it.
Exactly. That's why I said she's never going to change.
Over again. So what I see is Will is just letting her be. Like, he chose to go through all that. So he's enjoying everything that comes with it. It's his decision, it's his life and all that. And I know there are millions of women out there who are craving for him. Like, they will have him like whatever because he has the look and all that. But he chose to be with her because he's his wife once again. He has to stick with it. That's his decision. If he wants to divorce her, he would have long ago. But
And
that doesn't also give other people the right to speak or say whatever they want about them. It's
no,
up.
it does. See, that's the thing. It does because she's the one who put all their family business that was should stay behind closed out in the public and boarded on shows and discussed it every which way. So yes, people should comment because she brought it to the attention of the entire public so they can. So that's why people talk about it. If she would have kept her mouth shut and they would have dealt with it behind closed doors, nobody would have said a thing. Because there was a lot of rumors about their marital issues and their unorthodox marriage for many many years. It was a lot of chatter going on behind closed doors,
And that
but people didn't bring that out to the public. It was her who brought it up.
and that entanglement issue. Oh my God, people drag it and drag it,
She's the
and
one who threw it in everybody's
uh,
face.
that's the power of social media. When you put your personal and family issue, that is the worst thing anybody can do. Put in your family issue, especially marital issue, your spouse, whatever you guys do, you always put it on social media. It kills relationship. It doesn't strengthen it. It's not healthy for relationship at all.
Then you say that that one actor was engaged to
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah. No one knows this that he was even dating. They
What's
were
his name?
dating for 5 years. What's his name again? Oh, this Nigerian guy. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot his name. And his lady is I think she's American. They were dating for 5 years.
Oh, I
Nobody
thought
knew.
this girl was Nigerian too.
Yeah, I think she's half half.
Oh,
Half,
excuse me,
yeah, I
sorry.
think Nigerian American. So they were dating for 5 years. No one knew about it because they never put it on social media. But when it's just like 1 month or 2 months to the wedding, they just post it on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. It just killed everything. I think people were messaging both couples what was going on, like he slept with me, he has a baby with me, she did this, she did that, and the marriage was cancelled. So they never got married. They were supposed to get married last year in November, but it never happened. So that's the power of social media. Only rich people take every single part of their life issues on social media. If you can't handle it,
Well, you
if you
got a
just
lot of attention-seeking whores, but that got to be Jada too because she's the attention seeker more than anybody. She's the one that's constantly throwing all her family business out there in the public eye because she think it makes good TV, it makes good entertainment,
well,
it gets the ratings up.
they should serve as a lesson to other people. Stop poking your nose and causing problems in other people's marriages. Stop disrespecting people's spouses. That's it. No real man is
No,
gonna
no, no,
no
no,
real
no.
man is
First, of,
gonna just sit down and watch you talk about his wife.
but a real man will sit there and let you sleep with her.
That's not what we're talking about.
No,
That wasn't what
no, no,
happened
no.
last
Y'all see what it is now?
night.
When people who agree with this said, "Oh, Will was honoring his wife, he this, that, and the other, protecting his wife." Yeah, against someone who told one little joke, but yet when it comes to somebody sleeping with his wife, there's no
Oh,
smoke for anyone.
I'm not saying much about crazy issue though, because
Let me
was
tissue.
his was just a minor say. But there are people out there. Chris, he just made it wasn't even up to 1 minute. It's just few seconds joke. But there are people out there physically just causing problems in other marriages, in people's marriages. It's
But
just
like I said,
toxic.
you can't pull that one right here because, like I said, their issues was put in the public by the wife, and with that being said, that there was 50 Cent disrespecting them, making fun of Will because of how Jada was out disrespecting them. Nothing was ever said to 50 Cent.
Hmm. And that is why when you marry, how do I you both of you are gonna be the reason why other people talk about you or other people disrespect your spouse if you allow them to. Just like you were saying, his wife constantly bringing their issues on social media, which is allowing other people to talk about it. So basically, it's like she's allowing other people to disrespect her husband. You understand me? So that's how it works. If you are married and all the time you keep showing the world that you don't respect your wife, you keep giving them the chances to say whatever they want to your spouse, it comes back to you. Both of you are not going to be in different shifts when people are talking. They will surely talk about both of you. They're like, oh, her wife, her husband is just this and that and all that. They just have to relate it back to you. Or his husband talk about her all the time. I'm good. What are you giving then? You were the one coughing. So that's how it works. I felt his pain though. I felt real pain. He's going through a lot. He's going through a lot. It's not easy being married with a whole lot of issues. It's difficult to deal with your spouse alone, not to talk of other people bringing more problems. Just
Not to
trying to
talk about that you
marinate,
got two crazy kids.
try to marinate the whole problems and then serving it to them. It's a whole lot. He's going through a lot.
He, from what I understand, I don't know, I can't quote it, but I'm just gonna kind of rephrase it. But when he spoke about his first marriage, it was as if that he felt like he should have stayed in his first marriage. Because remember, if you don't know, Jada was the reason that his first marriage ended. Because she chased after him while he was still married to his first wife. So
So she was one of his side chicks.
basically, and now the two kids that he have, I think it's two kids that he have with her. One is a boy who wants to be a girl, and the other one,
Girl.
yeah, and yeah. Then they allow their daughter to who's 13 years old at the time to be in bed with a grown up to do a photo shoot, grown man. Like, it's,
So you see, as a man,
But
he
no,
has
what
a
I-
lot on his plate.
yeah, he do, but he did it to himself in a way. And the only child he has that is considered to be normal, successful, who's going to school to I think he's going to law school or medical school. Is the one from his first wife because he didn't grow up in that atmosphere, so he was able to grow up, as a pretty decent human being. And it's like he's realizing now that he picked curses on himself for leaving his first wife and leaving her for someone that wasn't worthy of his love. And now he's tied up and got his feelings and emotions all inside of her. She doesn't have any true love or respect for him. That's a terrible way to live. I don't care how much money you got. That is a terrible way to live. Let's go back to the video.
Oh, please. I bet you didn't even sleep.
Y'all got to see it. It's really good. You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay. So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for Best Documentary. Now, the beauty of documentaries, because they make you, when you watch one, you feel smart. Like you watched like you read a book or something. But all you really did was get high and watch Netflix. So here we go. The documentaries, the nominees are, let's just go to the nominees. Ascension, Jessica Kingdon, Kira Simon Kennedy.
Instagram. It shows. But anyway, it is what it is.
Oh.
But yeah, man. So that's just how I feel about the situation. I feel that I'll recap it. He was wrong for the way he reacted.
Yeah.
Knowing the history, Chris Rock should have just kept it moving and not told a joke about his wife. He probably should have just told a joke about Will, and because he's a comedian and he was a presenter of a war for Will Smith. They tell jokes, they make light of each other, whomever. That's what they do. So that's not the big issue. So in hindsight, he should have said a joke about Will Smith and left it at that. But I think the only way, I know for a fact, the only reason that Will Smith reacted that way was because of the look that he got from Jada. Like I said, Jada is a control freak. She's very controlling. And whatever spell this woman got him under, it works, but it is not a godly one. There's no, I'm saying there's something very there's something satanic about the lady, man. I'm just saying.
Don't say that.
There's something very satanic about the hold that she has over that man.
He's gonna slap for just a minor joke.
A minor joke. That's what I'm saying. But you can't be tough guy and slap this man, but not go handle that young guy that was having a long-term affair with your wife. I mean, it's just not a good look. You should have, if anything, when you felt you was gonna get tough, toughen up, you should have went out and dealt with that situation before you even got to this point, and then people would have been able to find you more believable, and that you did it out of sheer will of what's inside of you to be a protector over your wife, but from you laughing at it for a second or two, and then not doing anything till she gave you that look. Now it looks like that you're completely controlled by her. That she's able to take you from having a moment of a laugh to just giving you a particular look and making you get out your seat at the Oscars, walk down the aisle, and go slap another famous comedian. I mean,
she didn't ask him to slap him.
She gave.
She just gave the facial expression.
I'm sure he knew it. I'm sure he knew what that meant.
Say that again.
If everybody's calling you weak and your wife continues to disrespect you and make you look even weaker, there's a lot of arguments, a lot of things that go on behind closed doors that we are not privy to hear with these two. She could have been behind closed telling him that you're weak. You don't know how to stand up for yourself. You don't know how to stand up for me. And that could have ate at him over and over and over and over, hearing these things. And when he got that look, all that came to his mind, and that's why he overreacted, because that's what it was, an overreaction. And some people say that because of the part that he played in the movie with King Richard, we'll probably watch it tonight. King, you see it?
I was watching it and something coming off that.
I haven't watched it, but some people are saying maybe he was still in character because they said that he was still in character when he even got to the Oscars or whatever. So what's funny is that when he was walking towards Chris, if you catch it, Chris said Richard for a quick second.
Yeah.
So he called him Richard, like as the character Serena Venus Williams' father in the movie, who according to what they were saying was pretty protective of his daughter.
Yeah.
So some people said he could have just been he said that he could have still been in character.
Oh
who knows? But who knows what the actor
you said his wife might be calling him weak because he couldn't stand for himself, but she might be saying that, we don't know that. But also, if people keep talking about your spouse and you do not, especially you the guy, you give people chance for them to talk about your wife and you do nothing about it. It also makes you weak.
Also, people are talking about you because you continue to let your wife say everything that she's saying. And like I said earlier, you don't check her. Yes, a man needs to check his wife when she's out of line in the way that she was. That's just the fact of the matter.
So how do you check your wife when she's out of line? How do you do that? No, like an example.
What we just saw, that's the example.
No, you don't try that.
Listen, you do what's necessary. Everybody has their own ways.
Exactly.
I can't tell another man how to check his wife, but I know how to check mine and get mine back in line. And it's just a matter of what works for you. Y'all know each other.
Right.
Different people work different ways, but the point is, he didn't do that. He never checked her. He never got her in line back on the program.
You be talking to her.
Nah, her type, you gotta do a little more than talking. I'm just saying, with her type, you gotta do a little more than talking. Like I told you, I would have cut my losses a long time ago with that so-called entanglement episode. That would have been it, and would have been no coming back from that for me. So, like I said, after that,
we do for love.
no, it's not that. It's not.
Things we do for love. Crazy things you can't even
love
imagine.
being one-sided is not a good thing. Love being one-sided is not a good thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's a very destructive thing.
And it takes your whole
Toxic.
peace of mind.
And that's why you don't have no peace.
Your whole body. It's because you're working on it on your own. Just you. The other, so once you're doing it, the other party's dragging you, and oh, it's a mess. It's a whole lot of work when it comes to that.
I would love to have them as my client, my very first client for marital counseling. Oh, I would love that. I'd be thrilled. But yeah, that'd be the challenge that I would want.
They know the.
No, you keep saying they're dealing with it, like
still
everything's
married.
good.
There's nothing is breaking them apart. They're still married. The money is working on it. Like she's still on it.
Just
like,
because you're married don't mean
it.
that anything is going well in life. Because, like I said, anytime your wife is sleeping with other men, it doesn't matter that you're married. You're living in a hellish relationship.
Well, that's a hard pill to swallow then.
So, like I said, man, as I believe, and you know me, I'm all for marriages and keeping marriage together, but some things get to a point that they're so toxic that for your own peace and your own ability to grow in life, you gotta just cut bait. And I don't see this man being able to truly find himself until he does that. But that's just me. All right.
Will my man.
Huh?
I said, Will my man, like the way he is, Will and that wrestler guy and all that, like they are in that kind of which guy? Remember the wrestler that we saw recently on IG that I don't know, he was sleeping in the trunk. Do you remember his name? Oh, I forgot.
Sleeping in the trunk.
Yeah, he was sleeping in trailer, sorry. One of his trailer, and we were like, is that really him? And we were like, it's not marital issue. No, it's not Aqua. That's Aqua, right?
Yeah.
You forgot him. This just sick guy.
I don't know. Hulk Hogan or somebody?
And he also had this marital issue. It was affecting him so bad.
Everybody got marital issues.
I know, but it's difficult for celebrities.
Jason Momoa was the one who was in a trailer, but he was in like a almost $1 million trailer.
But you see how he looks? His is different.
Oh, he looked like a bum.
his on is way different.
That's my homie though. He's cool as hell.
Well, I love these movies though. Him, Rock.
Yeah, from what I understand, they back together again. I'm working it out.
I love their movies.
So, but this is what it is, man. And like Denzel, he's been married forever with his wife, but he had kids out of wedlock. With on his wife, they still together. But these, like I said, these Hollywood marriages are something different than a normal everyday marriage. And I was reading. Who was it? Tom Selleck. It's this guy named Tom Selleck. He used to play Magnum PI, a show back in the 80s that was real popular. And I read a story earlier, an article that was saying that he been with his wife, I think 33 years now. And in Hollywood, marriages don't last. They normally last 2-3 years, like tops. No, seriously, because it's so much that's going into that.
Celebrity marriage as a whole.
But that's the thing. He kept his wife and children completely away from Hollywood.
Yeah, that's
He
the
kept them
best thing
completely
to do.
away. Nobody ever knew them, knew who they were,
Exactly.
anything. And he said that's a big part of why they were
Yeah.
able to last this long.
It's gonna give him a very big peace of mind.
Hmm.
That's the best decision anyone could do, especially those celebrities, because people will just try hard to mess up your marriage.
It's not just people. It's what you do as a celebrity. You get big ego because of the fame, the fortune, and two people with a big ego and too much pride can't suffice in a marriage. It's impossible. So that has a lot to do with it. And also, these people spend long months, if not years, away from each other in different parts in different countries.
They
So
travel
yeah,
all the time.
it's just not something that is normal, and it's not something that is meant to work that way.
Why they
It's
also
not.
have their fans trying to push themselves on them, like trying to get closer to
Yeah,
them.
we know all
just
that. But so it is what it is, man. But you guys, let us know how you think in the comments. Like I said, y'all could check us out. Mm, excuse me, cause I got water in my chest now. Mm.
Please,
All right, so we're gonna end it right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Once again, this is the Mary and Ghana show. We're here on Instagram Live, on YouTube Live, and our Facebook Live. We want to see you guys tomorrow. Have no idea what the subject is going to be about, but we're going to keep it good. We're going to keep the good content and the good conversation coming to you. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed once again, and enjoy your night. Peace and blessings. We out.
Peace out.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share. All right. I don't want to have to tell y'all again, man.